So, welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. In this lecture series, cover a particular day's current affairs through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. The idea behind this lecture series is very simple. You see, prelims is round the corner, and in prelims, current affairs form a very dominant portion. Around 40 to 50% of the MCQs are directly or indirectly related to current affairs. Therefore, you cannot ignore current affairs at all. But for prelims, you need ample MCQ practice as well. Therefore, through this lecture series, we will try to practice MCQs from current affairs. Because if you'll make this lecture series a part of your daily routine, then these 4 to 5 MCQs on a daily basis would add up to more than 1200 MCQs from the topic of current affairs alone. So if you really want to feel confident about your current affairs preparation for prelims examination, well, then this lecture series is a must for you. So make it a part of your daily routine, make it a daily habit of yours. Let's begin today's discussion, starting with question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding Convention on Cluster Munitions. It is an international treaty that seeks to prohibit the use of cluster bombs. The treaty was adopted in 2008 and it entered into force in 2010, with more than 100 states so far ratifying it. India is a big advocate of banning cluster munitions and recently organized a summit for this convention. Okay. So first of all, you need to know what are cluster munitions. So cluster munition is a big bomb that once it is released, releases several small bomblets which spread around a wider area. So if you want to increase the area of your damage, okay, if you want to increase the range of your bomb, you use cluster munitions. Okay, so when this bomb is dropped, it opens up and it releases small bomblets that basically destroy a larger area. Now, cluster bombs cannot be well targeted also. Generally, bombs and missiles are well targeted to the enemy position, but cluster bombs are just there to increase the damage area, and most of the time, civilian populations are destroyed by them. Okay, now there is an international treaty which basically prohibits the usage of this cluster munitions. Okay, and this international treaty is known as Convention on Cluster Munitions. Clear? So, first statement is correct. Now, this treaty was adopted in 2008 and it came into force in 2010. So far, well, this treaty has been ratified by around 112 states. And 12 other states have signed it but are yet to ratify it. So a wide adoption was seen as far as this treaty goes. Clear? So second statement is also correct. Now the thing is that yes, more than 100 states have ratified it. But the major countries of the world like USA, major military powers of the world, China, Russia, even Ukraine, India, okay, Israel, they all are not members to this convention. They refuse to sign this convention. Okay, so India is a big advocate of banning cluster munitions. Absolutely not. India did not organize any summit for this convention because India is not part of this convention. So only two statements are correct. The correct answer is B. Question number 2. Which of the following can be categorized as an advantage of keeping a strategic Bitcoin reserve? Recently, USA announced that some amount of price control over crypto assets will make prices of crypto assets more volatile. Diversification of strategic financial assets will stabilize the domestic currency of the country, maintaining this reserve. Okay. So USA has announced to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Okay. Now, this question is basically trying to ask what are the advantages that accrue to a government if it maintains a strategic Bitcoin reserve. The thing is that countries maintain strategic reserves of all sorts of commodities. Most of the countries maintain a gold reserve. Okay. Most of the countries maintain forex reserve. Okay. There are many countries who maintain critical minerals reserves. So these strategic reserves are maintained for long-term purposes so that in case of emergency situation, use this reserve to solve your emergency crisis. Okay. Now the thing is that if any country keeps a strategic Bitcoin reserve, it will give you some control over the price of Bitcoin or crypto assets. How? If the price of Bitcoin falls way too low, what will you do? You will start buying Bitcoin in your reserve and increase the demand of Bitcoin and therefore stabilize the prices. If the prices of Bitcoin are rising too high, that is because of shortage of Bitcoin. Demand is high, supply is low, therefore price of Bitcoin is rising. So what will you do? You'll start selling Bitcoin from your strategic reserve so as to arrest this price rise. So it will give you some amount of price control over crypto assets. Okay, so this part is correct. Now, up till now, many central banks of the world, many countries were looking for banning cryptocurrencies. They feel that currencies threaten the sovereignty of monetary policy of different countries. But if USA, a big power like USA, maintains a strategic reserve, it will somehow legitimize Bitcoin. And once this asset is legitimized, there won't be that much price movement or price volatility. So it will bring in more stability, not volatility, stability in crypto prices. So this statement is false. Now, USA maintains gold reserves, USA maintains forex reserves, USA maintains all other reserves as well. Now, USA maintains different types of reserves so as to diversify its financial assets. It does not only want to keep gold, it wants to keep foreign currencies, gold, and many other assets. So, to diversify your financial assets, this reserve would help you. So, this part is correct. And keeping a strategic Bitcoin reserve won't impact your domestic currency in any way. Okay, in short term at least. So, this statement is false. So, only 1 and 3 are correct. The answer is C. Question 3. Consider the following statements regarding Namami Gange program. It is a 42,500 crore mission implemented by Ministry of Jal Shakti under National Mission for Clean Ganga. Sewage treatment plants under this mission are being established under public-private partnership using hybrid annuity model. Ganga Gram initiative and protection of Gangetic dolphins are part of this program. Okay. So the thing is that Namami Gange program was launched in 2014 and its total budget was 20,000 crore rupees back then. But it was increased to 42,500 crores. The entire aim of this mission is to restore the purity of River Ganga. Currently, River Ganga is extremely polluted. So to clean it and restore its purity. For this purpose alone, Namami Gange program was launched under National Mission for Clean Ganga, and this project is being implemented by Ministry of Jal Shakti. This part is correct. Now, there are various things that would be undertaken under this program. Okay, so this program would work on many aspects of restoring the purity of Ganga. It would first reduce pollution, filth, dirt in River Ganga. So the reason why Ganga is polluted is because a lot of sewage waste is dumped into the river. So many sewage treatment plants would be established, okay, so that this waste is treated first and then to the river. Okay, so sewage treatment plants would be established under this mission, and the help from private sector would be taken under PPP models using hybrid annuity model. This part is absolutely correct. Okay. Now, Namami Gange program not only targets river pollution, it also targets biodiversity in Ganga River. Gangetic dolphins, their numbers should be increased. Currently, they are endangered species. Their numbers should be increased. Then, afforestation drives along Ganga River. Then, all the villages around Ganga River, well, they should be economically developed under Ganga Gram initiative. This is also a part of this mission. Okay, so many things are being tackled under this Namami Gange program so as to restore purity. It's not just depollution drive, it is also helping the people, their economy, biodiversity, afforestation, all these things. So third statement is also correct. The correct answer is D, 1, 2 and 3. And last but definitely not the least, again we'll talk about cluster munitions. This would be now easier for you to solve. Which of the following statements are not correct? Okay, not correct regarding cluster munitions. Civilian populations are more vulnerable with the usage of these weapons. Okay, cluster munitions have high probability of generating unexploded ordnances, which hampers post-conflict recovery. So we have discussed this, that cluster munitions impact civilian populations more because they are not that targeted. So this part is correct. Another problem of cluster munitions, and that is why more than 100 countries want to ban it, is that most of the times these small bomblets that are released from this big bomb, they remain unexploded and they fall on the ground. These unexploded bombs are called unexploded ordnances, UXO. The problem is they can explode anytime, 10 days later, 15 days later, 100 days later. So that entire area where these UXOs are spread around becomes inhabitable and no recovery can take place. Post-war recovery becomes very difficult because no one can go here. What if this bomb explodes and the person dies? Farming stops, industries stop. So post-war recovery becomes difficult. So this statement is also correct. Both are correct, but it was asked which of the following is are not correct. So none of them are incorrect, neither. Okay. And with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I'm sure, definitely sure, that it is adding value to your preparation. But it would add more value if you revise this lecture as well. Okay. Spend another 5 to 10 minutes looking at written detailed solutions to each and every MCQ discussed above. Now, these solutions are provided in our notes for this lecture, and these notes are available on our Telegram platform. Where can you find our Telegram channel? Just below this video in the comment section, you'll find a link. Just click on that link. It will take you to our Telegram channel, and from there you can download the notes for not just this lecture, but all the other lectures featuring on our YouTube channel. On that note, I'll be signing off. Thank you so much, everyone.